Okay, awesome. Hey guys, good morning. Happy Monday. It is September 13th. Um halfway through the month of September and literally September, October, November, December. Like Christmas is right around the corner. I swear. It's like the fastest year ever. Um but we've got a lot of work to do in the next couple months to get ready for the new year. Um, so if you are new joining us, welcome. We do these every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the same time, 7 a.m. Eastern, 6 Central. So make sure that you save the link and share it with anybody that you're bringing on. But if you are new, this is where we start our day off with gratitude. We get our gratitude journals out if you have one. Um, or don't don't let the fact that you don't have a gratitude journal stop you from doing gratitude. You can use a pen, a piece of paper, whatever you got, grab it and try to go over in your mind and think about over the last 24 hours, what are those 5 to 7 things that you're grateful for? um, digging deep and, you know, really keeping track because it's so cool to go back. January 1st, when you can go back and look at your gratitude journal from the year before and see the different things that were going on in your life at the time. And, throughout the year, the different things that you were grateful for. It is pretty cool to look at. But not only that, the main reason we start our day off with gratitude is because it's kinda hard to have a bad day or to not think of reasons why we should try to have a good day when we look at, how amazing our lives are. Even when we kinda think that things aren't so good, it makes us dig and go, "You know what? Life is not as bad as it seems sometimes," or, there's still silver linings no matter what's going on. So, make sure that you guys are digging deep and trying to, um, you know, not put the same things down every day. I know that can be hard. It can be I've, like, had days where I'm like, "Okay, what am I grateful for over the last 24 hours?" Like, yeah, I get it, the air that I breathe, the the food on the table, I paid my electric bill. I mean, sometimes it can get redundant, but you have to dig, you know what I mean? If you think about it, I think we live these boring lives and not much happens. But if you guys look at your day-to-day life, different things are happening. There's different things to be grateful for. And it could be something as simple as, catching the sunrise. I saw a rainbow yesterday. Or something different, you know what I mean? Dig. Don't let it be those same things where you're getting redundant, but really taking the time to think about what is going on around me, what's happening in my life, what's happening in the lives of the people that I care about and love. And, what are those things that I may not be thinking about that I truly do have, I'm highly favored in, that I'm so lucky to have in my life. So dig deep. Good morning, Katie. Good morning, everybody. So I hope that you guys are taking the time to do that and don't rush through it. Like, I know we move on in the Good Morning Vibes tribe. Maybe it wasn't enough time, 5, 10 minutes isn't enough time for you. Go back after the Zoom and really think about it. And then I also suggest that you guys start to journal. Don't let it just don't let it end with, 5 to 7 things you're grateful for every morning. What I hope that turns into is you journaling and taking, 15, 20 minutes every morning to really dive into self-development in some way, shape, or form. Um, because that's where you guys are going to see that growth in general in your life. The more you guys self-develop, the more you're going to see that growth. Um, so I'm excited because we have how many of you guys are, just out of curiosity, doing the self-development group? Um, the self-love 30 days course, just out of curiosity in the chat. A lot of you guys are. Melanie, awesome. Cassie, Kimberly, yay. Elizabeth, Jana, Jessica, Tammy. Okay, so even better question. How many of you guys are actually caught up? Like you've actually been making sure that you are doing every day, like, you know, maybe you've missed a thing here or there, but you're pretty much caught up. Not caught up. Erica caught up. Behind Michelle. Lisa caught up. Cool. Yay, April. Jamie. Elizabeth, yay.
I'm not gonna lie, Lisa. I temporarily misplaced my book this weekend. We had a friend needing a place to stay emergency situation. So my office got rearranged in a very quick moment. So everything got misplaced, but I found it this morning.
Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Oh, Kathy, I'm on point. Sweet. Okay, so, I um definitely encourage you to try to do some catch up today. I didn't put anything, we're not going to be putting an assignment till tonight, but for Tuesday. So you guys don't have anything today. So I would try to, don't rush. Like I said in the beginning, that it's not, self-development is not a race. I'm not gonna show up on your doorstep and ask to see your workbook. Um, it's for you. But what I hope that you guys do is you're trying. And I hope that whether you're in the self-development or the self-love group or not, that you are taking the time every day, whether that is 5 minutes for you, 10 minutes, 30, or an hour. I highly, hopefully, pray that you guys are really trying to make time for that, because I can't stress enough how success in life, whatever your goals are, whether that is business goals, weight loss goals, family goals, um, personal goals, whatever. I want you guys to know that the key to reaching those goals cannot cannot be done without self-development. And it could actually be the missing link that is kind of holding you back from the success that you're looking for. Especially if you kind of feel like I'm doing the right things. Um, I'm making time for this, whatever that is in your life that you're trying to achieve. I'm plugging in or whatever, and you don't seem to be moving in the direction that you want to go. The missing link could absolutely be the self-development piece. And honestly, I I don't know a 200K in this company that doesn't self-develop personally. I mean, maybe there is, I don't know. But the people I know, they have found what works for them, and they make sure they make time every day to do it. So, I know there's so many people on this Zoom today that really want things to happen in their life. They really want to make changes, and they claim that they're ready to put in the work to make those changes happen. And it's really hard for me to watch people and know that what they're saying and what they're doing aren't matching. It's, they're saying they want things, they're saying they will do anything, but it's not matching the action. And it just literally, like, it's what keeps me awake at night, knowing the potential that so many of you have. In fact, I know that every single one of you on this Zoom have the potential, but it's, in my opinion, being squandered because you are still falling into old habits. You're still, you know, I don't, for each and every one of you on here, it's a little bit different, but we all have demons and we all have things in our life that we need to work on. And we all, at one time or another, every single one of us can, claim that we may say one thing and do another. We may claim we want something, but not really be putting in the time, the effort, the work, and that's for everybody on here to kind of look in the mirror and get honest with themselves because, I'm at a retreat this weekend, and at that retreat, it was funny because people were sharing with me, a topic came up and everybody started being honest and real and sharing. And there was a bunch of people that are like, you know, last time you did a group, Lisa, you like one particular girl in particular, she's like, last time you did a group, two of them here were like, so you had us do a dream board, and I'm not gonna lie, I just threw that shit together. Like, I did not put thought process into it. I just wanted to be able to post that I did something. So how many of you guys have done that before? You want it to look like you're working. You wanted eh, to you want it to appear as though you have put in the effort or the time or the energy because you think you're proving something to me or to someone else or to your team. But really, deep down inside that you really didn't take the time to put in what you really needed to get out of it what you should, to really get out of it what you should. And it's sometimes hard to admit those things. I mean, I have 100%. I've totally done that before. I've totally slacked and, made it appear to be as though I've done more work and put more time into something that I really didn't. I think we're all human, and I think that is something that is easy to do. It's easy to fall into, but I can tell you guys, here's the thing. You can do those things, right? I mean, it's just like this self-development group. You can go in there, you can say you did it. You could lie to me right now and say, "Oh, I'm not caught up, Lisa." Totally caught up. And then damn well you've been in the group twice. You've been in there twice. You logged in once. I mean, you know the truth. And the thing is that you're not impressing me. You know what I mean? You're not proving anything to your team is what I guess what I'm trying to say. You are not proving anything to anyone. But what you are doing is letting yourself down in the end. And what is going to happen is you aren't going to see the growth that you could be seeing. You're stunting your own growth. It's only hurting you. I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard that throughout your lives, whether it was from a teacher or a parent, coworker, it's only hurting you, right? You're not hurting me. You've heard it from your parents. You're not hurting me. It's hurting you. And at the end of the day, it's just about making a decision. And so, whether you're in the self-development group or whether you're not, if you are, because many of you are, what I hope you'll do is just do what you can, but do it every day. Pick a time, stick to it. And whether you're behind or not, who cares about that? Just the fact that you are doing it and really doing it, not rushing it or not pretending to do it or not just writing something down to show that you did it, but just really doing it. And I'm telling you, those are the people, no matter how slow they go, because this group isn't going anywhere. No matter how slow you go, you are going to be the ones that get somewhere. You're going to be the ones that get the most out of it. So I commend those of you on here that are being honest, saying I'm not caught up. But I also commend those of you on here that, even caught up or not caught up, the ones that are doing it every day. I commend you, and you're taking the time and you're really getting out of it what you're supposed to get out of this. You're really taking each exercise that you can do when you are doing it, and you are thinking about it, and you are taking your time doing it, and you're making sure that you're learning from what that exercise is. So, at the end of the day, it's up to you. If it's to be, it's up to me. Um, you decide. And yeah, I mean, you decide, you make those choices. And then, of course, there's those people in the group that, it just sucks sometimes because you just want to shake people. Because I know there's people in the group that they're only doing the extra credit to win a prize. Like, it's just so sad. Life is, I can look at each one of you and know the answers for you. And I could write out the roadmap to here's your end goal. These are exactly the things you need to do. And there's going to be so many of you that look at that roadmap and either throw it out the window or skip over all the things and just, it's just, what more can you ask for? You're on an awesome team with awesome leaders, people that have done it before you, literally laying out this is what you need to do. But yet people will skip over those things. And it's like, you're making it hard for yourself. How many of you guys feel like you make life hard? I was that person, man. I was making life hard all the time. Before I started in network marketing, especially in self-developing, man, I just made life hard for myself. Like, I just would made the wrong choices, know when they were wrong choices, going down the wrong road, like literally skip. It wouldn't matter what anybody told me either. Some people just got to figure it out for themselves, right? And it takes like a lot of failing to to hold on a second. Let me mute out. It takes a lot of failing, let me tell you what, to and some listen, let's be honest. There's some people in this world that are never going to get it. For the rest of their lives, they are going to walk a difficult road. And it's because they just refuse help. They just refuse to listen. They always think they're right. They just refuse to, follow the rules or the roadmap they just have to make it difficult. And they're never going to learn because they're not doing any growth, personal development, right? They're not learning that being who they are and staying stubborn and not being willing to change in any capacity is only hurting them and holding them back from the life that they dream of, the life that they deserve if they would just get out of their own way. So, I can be on these Zooms every morning, and I can do Zooms 12,000 days a week and give tips and do groups and contests and push things and, another push group. But at the end of the day, and you can join every one of them. Heck yeah. You can be in the group just to be a fly on the wall because you're being nosy, whatever. Or just because you didn't want to be left out, or you want your team to think you're working, or you want me to think you're working. And at the end of the day, it's just a sad situation to know that it's just being on that hamster wheel. Nothing different is going to happen until you start applying, right? Nothing, nothing new is going to happen for you in your life until you start to make the changes that have to be made in order for those things to happen. And the longer you delay them and push them off, the longer it's going to take to get to your goals and your dreams. End of story. So, that's that. I'm off my rant for now. So, long story short, if you're in that group, today's a free day to kind of do some catching up, and um, we are doing a Zoom in there Wednesday night. So just plug in if you're in there. I do want to mention that I have some trainings coming up, and if you guys are in or near Toledo, Ohio, um, Detroit, Indiana, um, gosh, there's There's so many places within 4, 5, 6 hours. It is going to be well worth your time. How it will work is Friday nights are a local. It's a place to come and it's a meet and greet. Myself, Chastity will be there, Courtney Good, other leaders in the area, and you can bring a guest if you want, if you just want to bring yourself, or you don't have to come at all and you can just come to Saturday training. Um, Saturday training is a full day training, and we are buying lunch. There will be breakfast stuff when you come in. And honestly, it's going to be freaking awesome. Like, freaking awesome. So, if you can get there, I highly suggest it. And then literally, um, a couple weeks later, we're in Minnesota, by the Mall of America within 6 hours. Same thing, Friday night, local, Saturday, full day training, including lunch. Um, Friday night hors d'oeuvres. Oh, in Ohio, we're even doing dinner. Like, we pay for all of this. So, you can get there, get there. Um, Training is free. And then New York, um, we've got New York training coming up. Um, New York. Wait, is New York? No, New York second. So literally, we're kind of doing an East Coast type of thing mostly. So Minnesota, Syracuse, New York, and then Toledo, Ohio. And we ask that you guys register. So make sure that you click on the events link and just register. Yes, it's free, but we are trying to get a head count so we can prepare for food. So we know what we're looking at food wise. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes getting to trainings like this are even more powerful than a Thrive Palooza or a conference, because you really get that one-on-one time with people and you get trained. Like, we go through every topic under the sun and really train. And it's crazy because you're like, oh, well, I get on Zooms. There's something different that happens and how you receive it when it's in person. I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you what, it totally is. It's a game changer. So, um, if you know anyone on your team that is close to any of those, I highly suggest that you push them to get there. Um, and we're even doing like prizes for people that bring guests and, people that, show up, drawings. It's just going to be fun. It's always, always a good time. So I wanted to throw that out there. And then, October 1st, we'll start a new push group for our team. It'll be, I don't know, those of you guys that were here last year when I did Destination to 40K, the year before that, I did Destination 12K. If you guys were part of either one of those, then you know that, um, yeah, it's about being serious. Like, this is not just for anyone. This is a group where you will sign a contract and where you will, I am committed, right? So I would just say to those of you that can't commit to, 4 or 5 pages every day in a self-development group, it may not be the right time for you. That's not a mean thing. I'm just being honest that if you couldn't do the self-development and keep up, you 1000% wouldn't be able to keep up with the push group. But that doesn't mean you're not ready, right? You make the decision. I'm doing it no matter what. I want my business to grow. I want to be prepared for the new year. I want to be doing all the right things and learn all the right things. Um, I'm ready to commit to this. Then just know that it's going to be, a serious committed group where big prizes, like, y'all know I don't mess. So, I give away good stuff. So if you want to be part of that, details are coming, at the end of this just month. Just make sure you're keeping an eye on the Dream Team 2021 page for it. And, again, this isn't a race, and it doesn't mean that you're going to fail at this. Sometimes life is just not right for us, right? Sometimes timing, it's just not falling into place, and there's too much going on and we just can't commit. That's why I do these groups every year, because maybe last year wasn't right for you. I can't believe how many times I had somebody come to me and go, Lisa, when you did Destination to 12K, I just wasn't ready. But now I'm ready to do Destination to 40K. Like my life's in order. I'm ready. And wow, it was crazy seeing how many promotions we had, how many people's businesses grew, how many people signed their first customer ever, or Thrive for free for the first time, or, promoted. And you guys that took part in it last year, I mean, you can tell people in the comments what happened with your business. What happened with your business when you were part of Destination 40K, and um, what did it particularly do for you? What did you learn new things? Did you actually grow? The proof is in the results, in my opinion. Like the proof is in the results. That's where you know, we get the feedback from the people that have done it, so that, dude, this stuff works. Like if I go in with my full heart, and I go in with every intention of, making sure that I am doing the do to get the get, and I am fully committed that things will happen, that it will be worth it. That it will lead to amazing things, what I'm going to learn, and what I'm going to apply to my business is going to set me up like it has other people in the past. So, it's just coming in. Belief is belief is 99%, right? Self-development, believing and knowing that you can do it is the battle. The battle's won once that happens. Now it's just applying an action, right? And knowing that it may take time, but I'm gonna get there. So I'm excited about that. And then November, we'll be doing a self-confidence month in the self-development group, in the self-love group, of course. Um, we will be extending and doing an entire month of self-confidence, because I feel like that's the most important thing to dive into after self-love, after we're mastering that. Obviously, it's an ongoing journey always, but we can dive. That next step is self-confidence. You've got to have self-confidence in order to be able to succeed in life. You have to have that self-confidence. And so we're really going to hone on that in November. So we've got a lot of good things coming up, and a lot of things that we can dive into to, get ready for what I believe is going to be the biggest, stinking, and most amazing, awesome year in Lavelle. In 2022, we're going to be set up. We're going to be stacked and ready to go. How many of you guys have tried heat? Who likes heat? Y'all, oh my God. I hate coffee. It tastes like coffee. Like I hate coffee. Why can't it taste like something else? But let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. Talk about working. Talk about like feeling it. Talk about like actually feeling results from something. Man, that chill and heat, whatever that technology is, Lavelle is on point. Lavelle is on point. Man, um, it's just like move. I don't know if you guys like the gel technologies. I cannot stand the taste of move, but man, does that stuff work. Like whatever you got to do to get it down, because it is so worth it when it works that freaking amazing. It's fun. It's so funny to see people's different reactions. I love it. I hate it. I don't like it. It's not the best. I love it. It's awesome. I am both fan of both results. The heat, I prefer the lemon drop. Yeah, oh, did you guys see the new um, cucumber melon? Oh, I'm down with that. Y'all, I love when I go places like spas and stuff, and they'll have like cucumber infused water with like melons and stuff. Oh my gosh. I think it's gonna be so light and awesome. I'm like down for that new thirst. Like so freaking excited for that new thirst. Um, and if you guys have not tried thirst yet, you're totally missing out. Like thirst is the bomb.com. Thirst is the shit. Just saying. I freaking love thirst. Like, totally love it. Um, and my favorite. What's your guys' favorite, just out of curiosity? What is your favorite Lavelle product? Like, or what's your favorite, like, thing that's not the Thrive experience, but outside, like the plus line products? What's your favorite? So mine is definitely Rest. And then I freaking love Blast. Blast is so good. If y'all are not loving some Blast, oh my gosh, you need to try that. If you've never tried it, you've got to try it. Um, mm, I also have to say that I love me some Thirst, man. That stuff is good. Oh my gosh, I like a lot of our plus line products. Sculpt is the bomb. Uh, Sculpt is the shit. Um, Dude, we were just talking about balance last night here. So many of the girls here were like, "Oh my God, if I use balance for 1 month, I lose a hella weight." I'm like, dang, I think I need to get on a balance kick for a month. Um, Sorry, I had to take a drink. I'm like dying of thirst over here. I'm like, ugh. So we went on this such like the most amazing hike yesterday here in Utah. Like gorgeous. Like if you guys looked at my stories on Facebook, just like it was a experience that I will never ever ever forget. This hike was so good, but I'm telling you what, my body, I use parts of my body when you hike that you don't even realize that you had. Like I am sore this morning when I woke up to do the Zoom. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am old. Either that or I'm really out of shape or a combination of both. But I can't believe the muscles you use. And I just literally, I haven't stopped drinking. I'm like so ridiculously thirsty since this dang hike. Um, but it was making me think while I was on this hike yesterday, like how good you feel. I mean, tell me if I'm the only one, but when I do something that I don't want to do, like, yeah, okay, so I'll give you an example. This hike reminded me of my business, man, and your business, all of our businesses. So we start on this hike and we hear that, it's about an hour to get to the very end, right? Where at the end, you're promised that there's going to be this amazing waterfall. So we start going on this hike and walking, and suddenly, very quickly, we start to split up, right? There were like 18 of us, and there were a couple girls that were killing it. They just went. We didn't see them, dude. I saw them at the beginning of the hike, and I did not see their asses till the end, till the very end, back at the car. I'm like, how did we not pass you? Where did you go? Like, how fast are you guys? This is crazy. And they were like waiting at the car for 2 hours for us. Anyways, long story short, there was another group of girls that kind of went, slower than our group. And then there was another group that went, a little faster than us, but not as fast as the big group. And then it ended up, I was in a group of girls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 or 8 of us that were kind of sticking together, helping each other. And we got to, the beginning of the hike where it was mostly uphill. And it was like, I hate that part of hikes. Like, I like hikes where it's kind of all over the place so that I have time to not, like, I hate uphill the whole time. Sucks. So anyways, the beginning was uphill. So we get to the end of this dirt road and you see that you have to start going in rocks. And we ran into these people, and it had already been about an hour that we were walking. And we said to these people, where's the waterfall? How long to the end of the hike? And the first guy we run into said, "Oh, at least an hour." And we're like, "Oh." So I kept saying what to another couple girls, "I'm not gonna go that far. Like my knees hurting me. I'm probably gonna, maybe I'm just gonna go another 5 minutes, see what we see, and then I'm gonna stop." And so we go another 5 minutes, we run into another group, and this group says, "Oh God, no, it's not an hour, it's like 10 minutes. 10 minutes to the end." And I'm like, 10 minutes, I got to see this waterfall, right? I'm like, I've got to see this waterfall. So I keep going, 10 more minutes. And by this time, I'm in actual water. Like there's just a stream and rocks, and you have to climb up and down things and over things. And I'm not joking, it was difficult. Like the most difficult thing I've ever done. And I'm just being honest, I'm not that athletic and I don't like to work out. So I'm like, everybody's helping everybody, and, girls are falling on their butts, and literally we're walking through water, getting wet. And I walk another 10 minutes and I'm like, where the hell is this thing? Right. And we'd run into somebody and they were like, oh, it's just around the corner. Dude, 10 minutes later, still not there. 10 minutes more, run into another group. Oh no, it's just around the corner. I believe everyone lied to us. Every one of these people were lying to us, and I'm so grateful they did. And it reminded me of my business because I was like that person, that depiction, where they show the guy picking away at the wall just with the pickaxe, and the gold is on at the end, right? But he keeps picking away, and he ends up turning around right before he gets to the gold because he thinks it's just not here. Well, y'all listen to me. I started believing they were lying about the damn waterfall. I'm like, okay, is this a lie? Is there really a waterfall? Like, what is happening? Like, why are people telling us 10 minutes? It is clearly not 10 minutes. And long story short, I just kept going. I'm going to go another couple minutes. I'm just going to go a little bit further. And I didn't give up. Like where normally I give up on those things. Um, for me, that's kind of my weakness in life is I don't like physical activity. I'm just being real. Like I literally just kept going. And I'm so glad that I was lied to, that it was only 10 more minutes and then 10 more minutes and then 10 more minutes. So you guys, this ended up being okay. And we left two girls behind. They're like, oh, we'll just wait here because it started getting really hard to get up and down. Um, like I'm talking, it was hard, dangerous. And we had some people that just, with bad knees and older, and they just could not do it. They're like, so we're going to sit here. And since we keep running into all these people telling us it's just around the corner, we won't be waiting that long. They sat there 2.5 hours, y'all. 2.5 hours. Because that is how much longer it took us to get back to them. That's how long it took. And they were kind of getting frustrated because they're like, what is happening? Did we miss them coming back? Did they leave us? Did they go back? But at the end of the day, we get to the end of this thing and it's freaking a spiritual experience. It's gorgeous. It's like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And I was so glad. Like I kept thinking to myself, thank you to all those people that kept telling me only 10 more minutes 2 hours ago. Thank you. You know, because I would have given up. I was thinking about my business. How many of you, like it brought me back, and it made me relate to so many of you guys right now because it is easy for me to sit here and say, you're going to get there. Keep going, keep pushing. It's right around the corner. You're going to sign your next rock star. I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year. Be on that 5 to 7 year plan. And I was doing the right things. I was going forward. I was hiking, I was pushing forward, but I was getting frustrated because I wasn't finding this damn waterfall. And I was thinking, this is how so many of you must feel with your business. And I remember feeling that way. And I know that, just like those people that kept running into me saying it's just around there, you're gonna get to it. They were there. They said, you got to keep going. It's going to be so worth it because it's beautiful. Like it's gorgeous. Promise you it's worth it. We kept hearing that. Everybody we passed, it's worth it. Keep going 10 more minutes. They weren't lying. It was there. But I started to doubt. I truly did. I was like, where the hell is this thing? Like every time we turn a corner, I'd think, here, it's coming. It's going to be here. Nope, wasn't there. And I was thinking, so, how many times do you guys want to turn around? How many times have you thought about quitting? How many times have you thought, I just can't do this anymore. Or I can't, you know, these Lisa's lying to me. I'm not going to find the right person. She's telling, my other leader is still lying to me. Like, it's not there. It's not around the corner. Like, I keep going, but nothing's happening. I get it, you guys. Like, that brought it back to perspective for me. Like, I get where you're at. And let me tell you what, I was so freaking proud of myself that I kept going. Man, the depth of the proudness of myself, I cannot even express to you, because I truly was so proud. Like, every time I went 10 more minutes, I was proud of myself. And then I couldn't stop. Finally, I kept thinking, I'm getting to this damn thing. I've come this far. I'm getting to this damn waterfall. I'm gonna see what these people say is so gorgeous and spiritual. I'm getting there. Like, I've come this far, there is no way, right? It's kind of like I've done this much and come so far, I can't turn back now, right? In the beginning, it was easier because the beginning was so much closer than the end, right? That first hour, it was like, just, at any point, I can't even express to you guys how close I was to just stopping. I almost stopped with the 2 girls that stayed back. I almost stopped with them. And then it was another 2.5 hours, another 2.5 hours after I left them. And if I would have known, if I would have ran into somebody right when they stopped, and the people would have said it's 2.5 more hours, I would have stopped. I would have stopped. But I'm so glad that all these people kept encouraging us. And I'm so glad that they kept saying, keep going. It's worth it. It's not that far. It's the most beautiful thing. And let me tell you what, when I got there, it was worth all of it. And I was so glad and so proud. And I just can't express it enough. And I know that you guys feel this way about your businesses. I get it. I know how frustrating it is, because it might have been a different thing, but it brought me back to that, and it made me relate again to that feeling. See, because it's easy for me to tell you guys, keep going. It's there. It's going to happen because I know it, right? Just like all those people that saw the end and how beautiful the waterfall was, they knew it, right? But I was starting to doubt it, but they knew it. And I just kept listening to those voices and believing what they were telling me. And it was everything they said. It was everything they said. And what I hope that you guys get out of this story is that you have to keep going. I know it may be the beginning of your journey, and it may seem easier to quit or go in another direction, or, head back to your car. you know, I know that may seem like the easier option because nothing is happening. But you've got to believe your leaders. You've got to believe the people that have done it before you. And you have to know that it's around the corner. And here's the thing, just like I told you guys, everybody got to that waterfall at a different time. We had a group of people that got there way before me, that started the same time I did. Same exact time. We all started the walk at the same time. There were people that got there 2 hours before me. There were people that got there after me. And I was somewhere in the middle, right? But it's like this business. Some people are going to start the journey and they're going to get there a lot quicker because they're navigating it better, because they're willing to put in the work. These girls weren't messing around. They took off and they were in better shape than me. Let's just be honest. They exercise, they work out. They've hiked before. Guess what? I don't, right? So my journey is obviously going to look different than theirs. And then there were girls that did worse than me. Not worse. They never gave up. They kept going, whatever. But they had to be on their journey, right? And then there was, my group, we and even when we got to the end, everybody did different things. Some of the girls actually went under this cold ass waterfall. Okay, well, I wasn't ready to do that. All right. They were getting soaking wet. Go under the waterfall. It's spiritual. I said, F that. Okay, spiritual or not, I am not getting soaking wet and losing my sanity walking. No, not happening. So I was actually the only one in my group that did not go under this damn waterfall. And I was like, okay, my journey, I got to the end. My journey looked a little bit different at the end. It's just, it was so, the whole thing just was life and how it looks. But at the end, the pot of gold was there, y'all. It was there. And I'm so glad I didn't turn around. I'm so glad I didn't stop when I said I was going to stop. I'm so glad I ran into so many people that were encouraging and kept telling me that I promise you it's there, just keep going. I'm so glad I listened to those people because guess what? You know what? I would have saw all the pictures. All the girls that made it, they would have brought back pictures if I would have stopped. And I would have been so stinking jealous that I did not have pictures there too for social media. I would have been like, dang it, I wanted those cool pictures for myself and to show my family and show my girls where I went, especially my daughters. And then some cool pictures for just my business. But to be able to see it physically, the pictures, cool. I could have cropped myself in a damn picture next to the waterfall, right? But that would not have been the same, right? That would not have been getting there. That would not have been truly accomplishing it myself, right? That's kind of like along the way in Dick that like I was thinking about how that would be building it for you. You know what I mean? We all think we want somebody to build our business for us, but at the end of the day, we're only going to appreciate it if we do it on our own. We're only going to appreciate the journey, the walk, if we do that journey and walk ourselves, even if it takes us a long time, even if we have to stop. You guys, I had to stop so many times and just catch my breath. Go ahead, you guys. I'll catch up because I just needed to go at my own pace. And I couldn't worry about the people that were doing better. I just had to go at the pace that I had to go at. So I don't know. Maybe you guys got something out of that story. Maybe not. But it really was eye-opening for me. Like it really, really was eye-opening for me. And I just kept thinking about that guy, that depiction, that cartoon, depiction of that guy picking away at the wall and, thinking that it wasn't there. And he turned around and went home. And, it's also one of those things where just a little further, just a little further, just a little further. And you're like, damn, I've come this far. I've come this far. I can't go back now. And then, what's so crazy is once we got there, the walk back was so quick. How is that possible? Like, it's just life is weird. Life is so weird. But, anyways, so that was my big story that I wanted to share. And hopefully, maybe it inspired you. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm crazy. Who knows? But it was eye-opening. It was eye-opening for me anyways. So we are coming up with not that long left. I guess we'll end with whoever's doing the end.
I believe that's Skye this morning, and we're on day 20.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, day 20. Don't give up. Though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. Proverbs 24:16. The next time you find your courage tested to the limit, remember that God is as near as your next breath. And remember that He offers strength and comfort to His children. He is your shield and your strength. He is your protector and your deliverer. Call upon Him in your hour of need and then be comforted. Whatever your challenge, whatever your trouble, God can help you persevere. And that's precisely what he'll do if you ask him. Perhaps you are in a hurry for God to help you resolve your difficulties. Perhaps you're drumming your fingers, impatiently waiting for God to act. If so, be forewarned. God operates on his own timetable, not yours. Sometimes God may answer your prayers with silence, and when he does, you must patiently persevere. In times of trouble, you must remain steadfast and trust in the merciful goodness of your Heavenly Father. Whatever your problem, he can handle it. Your job is to keep persevering until he does. Our quotes for today: we don't give up, we look up. We trust, we believe, and our optimism is not hollow. Christ has proven worthy. He has shown that he never fails. That's what makes God God. By Max Lucado. Stand still and refuse to retreat. Look at it as God looks at it and draw upon his power to hold up under the blast. By Charles Swindoll. Remember that every flower that has ever bloomed had to go through a whole lot of dirt to get there. Barbara Johnson. For further reflection, Micah 7:8, Luke chapter 18, verses 1 through 5, Hebrews chapter 10, verse 36, James chapter 1, verse 12, and James chapter 5, verse 11. Today's prayer. Lord, when life is difficult, I am tempted to abandon hope in the future, but you are my God, and I can draw strength from you. Let me trust you, Father, in good times and in bad times. Let me persevere even if my soul is troubled, and let me follow your Son, Jesus Christ, in this day and forever. Amen.
Well, if that wasn't fitting to everything we just talked about, it's crazy how that works. Yeah, that's nuts. Okay. If you guys have never won anything before on the morning show, you have not been chosen, let us know in the comments. All right. We'll do it. We're Maricelia Perez. Oh God, I don't know if I'm saying that. Mary Celia Perez. Girl, get back with one of us with your address um and your info, and we'll give you your choices and we'll get you a gift out in the mail. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. We'll see you guys Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in and plugging in, and I hope you guys have the most amazing week ever, and we'll see you guys Wednesday. Thanks, Shannon. Thanks, guys.